Hey there, welcome in. This is Heather with Heather's Healing, and I'm here to look at the upcoming year for water signs. So this is a collective read looking at the upcoming year for water signs. We're going to go through it quarter by quarter, just to kind of get an overview of what 2026 holds for you guys. And then at the end, I'll pull a card looking at the archetypes that are working through each sign. So this is for Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus for the year 2026, and welcome in. So one of the first things that I did was tap into the color that was standing out for water signs. So this is going to be a color that will be helpful to you, but it also gives me a lot of information and feedback on things that you might be dealing with or working through this year. So the color that came up for water signs is green. The color green really works on healing the nervous system. So a lot of healing here around the heart, the circulatory system, your liver, which also leads me to releasing anger, working through any kind of trauma or anger or frustration that you've been holding on to. So a year of a lot of healing from the past, but also working on your physical body and healing your physical body, especially when it comes to the nervous system. And again, your heart, all of that. Green is such a great color for healing in general. It's also great for strengthening bones. So anyone that is ill, imagine a green sphere of energy around them. It's a really fantastic color for just overall healing. So a lot of healing going on for water signs. The crystals that came up for you guys, green aventurine, also tapping into that color green, but green aventurine is about new growth. So new possibilities, stepping into new roles, possibly this year. Green aventurine is also the stone of fertility and just great inner strength. So whatever you've been going through, especially last year, it feels like a lot of wisdom is coming through this year for you guys in regards to whatever you went through last year. And let me just turn the light over a little bit. But you're also ready to enter into a new cycle. So there's a lot of new opportunities here. The other crystal that came up was red jasper. And what I got from that, that really focused on your blood. So, healing the blood, releasing toxicity from the blood, strengthening the blood. That was something else that was coming up for water signs. Red jasper is fantastic for grounding, adding stability, strengthening. So those are your crystal allies for the year. So let's go ahead and I'm going to pull a card from this deck to look at the overall energy of the first quarter. Then I'll pull a card for each month, just kind of dialing it in a little bit. And if you would like a personalized reading, I'll have my link below. And the month of January, you can save 30% off, and you can book that reading anytime throughout the year. All right, so for water signs, quarter one, which I'm a little late getting your guys' reading up. So we're almost through January, but quarter one for water signs. Letting go of urgency is what the card says. Surrender, freedom from time constraints. So allowing yourself to relax, and I think I've said this in every video, but I feel like January is kind of the month of digestion. Just allowing yourself to process some of what you went through the previous year, but a need to de-stress is what I'm getting from this. Allow yourself to have some space around you. Give yourself time. You don't need to have every minute of every day mapped out. Give yourself some time. More time to do fun things and yeah, just don't rush. I hate being rushed. All right, so what do water signs need to know about January, February, and March? Yeah, and the word surrender really stands out to me on this card. Going with the flow, accepting what is. All right, so water signs, sun, moon, rising, or Venus. The month of January, what do we need to know? January, February, March. Nice. So January, we have the energy of the Hierophant. I really love this. This kind of is tapping into what I was saying about digesting the wisdom you received from the previous year. You know, what did 2025 teach you? What did you learn from that? What did that inspire in you? You know, I just feel a lot of reflection here with the Hierophant. This is also tapping into your inner wisdom, what you know to be true for you. I feel like you guys are just kind of getting a feel for what you want to explore this year, what you're interested in, where you want to put your focus. But it's the Hierophant, so this is probably going to be regarding spiritual matters, your inner world, getting really clear on what is important to you and what you want to focus on, but not so much like in a worldly way. This feels more like going within, that sort of thing. A lot of inner wisdom here. And also, you know, some of you could be exploring spiritual practices that can help you calm down, that can help you de-stress. Maybe some of you are interested in, you know, I don't know, becoming certified yoga teachers, that sort of thing. You're wanting to adopt practices that will help elevate you spiritually, elevate you emotionally. So I feel like a lot of you are exploring that this month. There's also a desire to maybe connect with family traditions or old traditions, maybe things that you used to do that for whatever reason you kind of stepped away from. That's what I'm feeling here for January. February, we have the Three of Wands. I love this Three of Wands card. It's really pretty. But you're ready to set sail. You're ready to explore. You're getting maybe a little antsy. Time for a vacation. Time to try something new. But you're ready to get out there, explore. Maybe whatever you were thinking about here in January, you're taking action on in February. So, really nice energy. I love the energy of the Three of Wands because it is really about exploring, going on an adventure. But it's the first step. So maybe you're booking your trip, maybe you're signing up for the class. You're not actually doing the thing yet, but you're taking action towards that. So the Three of Wands is all about expansion, growth, exploration. It's a fiery energy. March, I love this. For March, we have the Queen of Wands. Lots of fire energy coming up. I mean, I know we're in the year of the fire horse. So fire is going to be really prominent. But I like that. You know, that fiery energy is what prompts us to take action. In March, we have the Queen of Wands, and I feel like she is representing you. Look how beautiful she looks. I love the cream color here. Really connecting in with your inner wisdom, but you're feeling very confident in March. You could be maybe feeling more confident than you normally do, or feeling more, what's the word? Well, I'm hearing outdoorsy for some of you, but that's not the word I'm looking for. Outgoing, social, you know, wanting to connect to people. Feeling really rejuvenated. So I would say, yeah, the month of March, I don't know if you can see, looks like there's a sunflower up here that's really standing out to me. So really shining your light bright in March. You're wanting to be seen. You're ready to be seen. There's a lot of really fun energy here in March. It is kind of an impulsive energy, not really planned out. You're just going with the flow and you're having a lot of fun. You're very charismatic in March. So a great month to meet people, especially if you are dating. It's a great month to get out and connect, meet new people. You're feeling really good. So that is quarter one. Okay, so let's move on to quarter two for water signs. April, May, June. April, May, June. Let's see what's going on. Second quarter, April, May, June, for the collective water signs watching this video. And thanks for being here, you guys. I appreciate your support. Second quarter. I love the yellow. So the color for 2026 is yellow, yellow and gold. We have card number 9 here. It says the healing heart, which definitely ties into that green color that I was getting for you guys. And this literally says the healing heart. But again, green heals the heart, circulatory system. The card says love, acceptance, and romance. And this does really feel like this is tying into your confidence, your solar plexus, but also prioritizing yourself. I feel like water signs this whole year, you're going to feel the pull to prioritize your health. There is definitely a need here to prioritize your health, wellness, and well-being. So second quarter, there's a lot of focus on healing your heart, but being open to receive love. You feel very receptive in the second quarter. And I feel like you're just more open. Your energy feels less guarded, which is good. You know, you're open to new experiences. Your energy feels a little more fluid. It doesn't feel very rigid. I like this. Let's see what's going on. I love that yellow color. Yellow brings in happiness and joy as well. You know, it's a very pretty card. Okay, so March, April, May, right? January, February, March. April, May, June. Sorry. April, May, June. All right. April. What do we need to know about the upcoming months for water signs? And of course, this is just a brief overview. If you would like a more specific reading, book a one-on-one, book a 60-minute for the year reading. April, right? April, May, June. Okay, I don't know why that confuses me sometimes. Wow, look at this. Ooh, definitely some shifting here, second quarter. First thing I noticed, well, one, we've got a 9, and then we've got 2 10s. So 9s are endings, 10s are completions of a cycle, and a new cycle beginning. We also have the Ace of Wands coming in. So second quarter, there's a lot shifting and changing here, and it probably has to do with heart-related matters. This could be your physical heart healing something around your physical heart. But this could also be, people that you are connected to, people that you love, that you care about. There could be some changes within those dynamics as well. So second quarter, January, February, March, April. So April, we have the 10 of Wands. Gosh, and what a shift of energy here. You know, we went from feeling really expansive and really open the previous month. Now we've got this 10 of Wands energy coming in. I feel this going 2 different ways for some people. So for some of you, this is feeling very burdened. I mean, you can see her expression. She's looking down. Her dress is on fire. This could be a wedding dress that's on fire. Maybe what you were hoping for, a relationship or something that you were hoping to blossom didn't maybe it had an ending that you weren't expecting. I'm feeling that for some of you, a disappointment in a relationship. It doesn't have to be romantic. This could be a business relationship. This could be a relationship with a close friend, or any kind of relationship. It doesn't have to be romantic, but there is some disappointment here for some of you. And then for some of you, whatever this shift is, it is you're easing your burden. You're realizing, you know what, I can't keep doing what I'm doing anymore. So you make changes. And maybe you're the one disappointing someone else, but you're staying true to yourself. And I think that's really important in the month of April, to stay true to you. Don't take on more than what you can handle. Don't say yes to everything. And again, there's a focus here on how much your heart can take, how much your physical body can take, how much your nervous system can take. So second quarter, really prioritize physical healing and easing your burden. And like I said, for some of you, this could be something disappointing happening within a relationship. But it's an ending, it's a shift. And the minute something ends, something new begins. May, we have 10 of Pentacles. A much more grounded energy here. So let's see, April, May. A focus on, this could be legal issues within a family. That stuff, I'm definitely feeling that, especially regarding wills and trusts. But there's a focus on, and I can't remember, another, maybe it was air signs that had a similar message here. But getting your ducks in a row. Getting paperwork done. You know, if you don't have a trust or a will in place, it's doing that. It's setting up your legacy. It's making sure that when you are gone, everything is in place. It's that type of energy that I'm feeling here for May. This could also be some of you clearing out a parent's home, or helping your parents finalize their wills and trusts. It could be that sort of thing. That's what I'm really feeling here. But this is a much more stable energy. There's a focus on legacy. There's focus on family, traditions, what you want to leave behind to your family. There's a lot of energy around closing out cycles here. So pretty interesting here for water signs. This quarter two, there's a lot of energy here. There's a lot happening quarter two for water signs. April, May, June. Okay, so June, by the time you guys get to June, we have the Ace of Wands. Interesting, this right here looks like a lock. It's interesting because I kind of feel like for some of you, you are locking down your heart, maybe shutting down a little bit. Pulling back your energy a little bit in June for some of you. But then it's interesting because it's almost like we have two very different groups of water signs here, which is totally possible. But then the other group that I'm feeling here with this Ace of Wands, it's like, okay, I've closed all this out. These people are no longer in my life for whatever reason. You've done all this stuff, all this closing out of things, relationships ended, all sorts of stuff has happened, and now you are ready for something new. You're ready to take action on something new. You could be feeling really inspired. But I also feel this same group that feels very inspired and ready to get out there, you're doing it solo. So, and that feels intentional for quite a few of you. You're intentionally going your own way. This could be a solo trip. I don't know. It feels like you're facing things solo. Maybe some of you have lost a partner, earlier this year. Maybe, last year. It doesn't have to be this year that you lost your partner. But come June, you're ready to get out and live life and explore. You're ready for that. And then the other half of you, it feels like you're locking down your heart. You're going within and you're pulling back, and that's okay too, because that is also, healing your heart. Maybe you need to give yourself a little bit of space. Wow. So the first 2 quarters, especially second quarter, this feels pretty, there's a lot going on, emotionally. I will say it does feel kind of heavy. I personally feel like the whole year of 2026 feels pretty heavy. It just does. Okay, quarter 3. So July, August, September, what's going on in quarter 3 for water signs? Quarter 3. I find it interesting that, astrologically speaking, there's a lot of really harmonious aspects going on, which is fantastic. And I think that's really going to help all of us energetically. But the overall energy of this year feels kind of daunting and heavy. So I just find that interesting. It's like a lot of extremes in energy. Yeah, I don't know. All right, quarter 3 for water signs. Overall energy of quarter 3, what's going on for water signs? Oh, we got 2 cards. Not surprised. We have currents of emotion, card number 34. It says uncontrolled feelings. So a lot of emotions going on. I can't remember what other signs got this card, but this came up for somebody else. And so did this one. Oh, look at this, 34 and 35. I like it when the cards go in order. That just makes me happy. We have angels of the 7 chakras, power, truth, connection. So uncontrolled feelings, nothing wrong with that. You guys are water signs. You're really good at feeling your emotions, but you're going through a lot. I really do feel many of you you're really going through it. But I do feel like there is, again, emphasis especially with this card, in healing yourself, connecting with yourself, balancing yourself. I don't feel like you guys are going to let yourself get swept up by your emotions. I love the combination of both of these cards. Feeling maybe out of control at times, but you're able to feel it, allow yourself to be in that energy and then pull it back. So focusing on, opening up the chakras, not closing in and, constricting, but opening up, allowing yourself to breathe, feel, run the energy up and down the body. Again, focus here on physical healing, physical and emotional, probably third quarter healing more emotionally. Which, we all know this, our emotions impact us physically as well. All right, so July, August, September, what is going on for water signs? And again, just a brief overview. There's a lot going on this year. I don't think it's going to be a boring year. I don't think we've had a boring year for a long time. I'm kind of ready for a boring year. I don't know. Are you guys ready for a boring year? Just nothing, really happening? I don't know. I think I would like that. All right. July. August. September. Oh my goodness. Lots of towers. I think we could just call 2026 the tower year. So July, we have the tower. Unexpected events unfolding. things happening suddenly, things shifting suddenly. And this could be all sorts of things, all sorts of things, and to varying degrees. I think every sign got the Tower at some point this year. But these are events unfolding. You don't have control over them. It's happening. This is July. Unexpected events happening. But there's always a silver lining, so just keep that in mind. And quite oftentimes when the Tower energy shows up, it's because there was something that we have been holding on to, or an energy that we became stagnant or stuck in. So the universe comes along, kicks us in the ass, and moves us in a totally different direction. Oftentimes we don't want to do it. We don't want to go in that direction, but we have no choice. That's the Tower energy here. And I feel like 2026 has this energy. It just does. That's July. Could be all sorts of things. It does feel like relationships are really highlighted this year. I'm just going to say for water signs, I'm really feeling relationships are really highlighted. So this Tower could have something to do with close relationships and romantic relationships. August. I love this card. This is beautiful. August, we've got the Death card coming up. And this is the energy of Scorpio. This again is a transformation and a change. I'm not surprised. We had the Tower in July. It only makes sense that everything has suddenly changed. And now it's what I feel from this card for you guys in August is, how am I going to work with this energy? What now? What direction do I move in? What's the next step for me? How are you transforming? I feel like these are the choices that you are trying to, or these are the questions you're asking and you're trying to figure out in August. What's the next step? What am I transforming into? What is my life becoming? One thing I'm really focused on is, well, a couple things. First off, the pink. Really tapping into that compassion, having deep compassion for yourself, making sure you're really nurturing yourself, caring for yourself, making sure you are meeting your needs. I love that we have the heart on the third eye, remembering that you are not alone and connected, and your guides and guardians really love you. You know, whatever is happening at this point, it's not a punishment. The Tower is not a punishment. And the butterfly right here is really standing out to me. So you are transforming, you are changing it, and it's a big deal. You know, this is a big deal. August, right? July, August, not September. Gosh, I'm really getting confused here. September, we've got the Six of, ooh, look at this. Like I said, I like it when things go in order. Six of Pentacles and the Five of Pentacles here. Interesting energies. Interesting cards. Her red dress is really standing out to me. So that's taking me back to the jasper, the crystal that came to me for you guys. And strengthening the blood. So this could be strengthening your connections, your bloodline connections, how you're connecting with your loved ones. This feels like transactions. I mean, Six of Pentacles is a transactional energy, but I do feel like this is in connection to family. So family matters, transactions between family. This is taking me back to, was it June? Whatever month had the Ten of Pentacles. Maybe that was May. Whatever, it was second quarter, whatever month had the Ten of Pentacles, this card is linking back to that month. So there's some kind of connection. There's something going on between May and September. But this feels like transactions within the family. This could be all sorts of things. Maybe you're deciding that you have given too much, you've given too much of your energy to a particular situation, and you're deciding that you're pulling back. It could be that there are people, and I'm feeling that with this Five of Pentacles, it could be that there are maybe family members that are pulling back from you, or you're feeling cut off from. That could be the energy here too. I do kind of feel like these cards don't necessarily go with each other. Like how I was saying, I feel like I'm talking to two sets of water signs. Kind of interesting here because these are like opposite energies. So for some of you, you are the one pulling back your energy. You are the one that's saying, okay, I'm cutting you people off. I'm done with this. I'm not putting up with this anymore. I'm cutting you off. You're done. You're out on your own. And then there's the group of you that is experiencing being cut off and feeling like you're left out, feeling like you're not a part of the group, feeling alone, feeling isolated. I want to say that you might be feeling that way, but it's not necessarily the case. You do have people that care and support you. It just might not be the people that you are focusing on. So really interesting energy here in September for water signs. And both of them do feel connected to family. So this could be some family stress coming in September. Really interesting. I'd love to know what's going on in September with you guys. I'm very curious. All right, so let's see. What do we have here? We have 6, we have 5, we have 13 with the Death card. We have 16 with the Tower. Yeah, and these are, these are big changes here. The Tower and the Death, these are huge transformations. Man, water signs, you guys are going through a lot of changes this year. It's a lot. Okay. Really curious about September. All right, fourth quarter. Fourth quarter for water signs, October, November, December. Overall energy, what's going on fourth quarter for water signs? Hey, yelling at my cat. Hold on 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Had to let my cat out, but I paused. When I paused the video, it paused at 33:16, which seems, those two numbers seem significant for you guys. All right, fourth quarter. My cat Sherm, or as I call him, Berm, he's kind of a little jerk. He likes to pee on things. So anyway, fourth quarter, we got, oh, look at this. We got 3 cards coming up. Let's see what we've got. Right in the center, we have that Angels of the 7 Chakras. So again, focusing on full body healing, integrating mental, emotional, physical, spiritual. There's a lot going on. So we have sensitivity and strength. Card number 3, it says tapping the forces within. I think this year definitely will, is really going to strengthen all of us, but that feels particularly significant for water signs. And I feel like there is a lot of wisdom and strength that is gained and probably realized towards the end of this year. But sensitivity and strength do go hand in hand. They really do. So don't shut down, water signs. Allow yourself to feel, like the card says, tapping the forces within. Go within and find that strength. I really like this card. And it kind of has a gateway energy to it as well. I think that's something. I think I think that's tied into the wisdom that you guys gain this year. We again already kind of talked about this card. Angels of the seven chakras, power, truth, connection. What is your truth? Power, strength. You know, you're learning a lot about how strong you truly are and what that means. But then we also have the emotional desert, which I love the look of this card. Card number 11. It says inactivity and isolation. You know, I feel like there is, for all water signs, and I mean for everybody really, but I feel like for you guys, because this is your reading, there is the potential to withdraw and lock yourself down. I think one of the challenges for you this year is to not do that, and do your best to stay open and to feel and be receptive, and continue to connect with people. But I mean, I feel like this is one of the ways you know, you could choose to deal with the energy. But I do love the yellow. You know, connect with that yellow energy, especially if you're wanting to shut down. The other color I would say, if you are experiencing a lot of trauma this year, work with the color orange. It works like a sponge to absorb shock and trauma. All right, October, November, December. What's going on for water signs? October, November, December. What do they need to know? What do you need to know? October, November, December. What are the energetic threads here? What is going on? October, November, December. Look at that. That's kind of cool. Just looking at the colors, like how well those cards go together, how well these cards go together. I love the colors. It's really pretty. Okay, so October, we've got that Ten of Pentacles coming back up. So, and I do think this went back to May. So if there were any family relationships that were severed during that time, I feel like there is a reconnection, a rekindling, a healing of that connection here in October. And if it's not a full healing, then it is forgiveness and acceptance of what is, so that you can move forward. But it feels there's closure here, I guess is what I want to say. So October, there's closure around family matters. For some of you, this could be wills and trusts that maybe you were having legal battles over, you know, that's closed out. And for some of you, this is prioritizing family. This is prioritizing what family means to you, and you're investing in your family. You're investing in the relationships that are close to you and mean a lot in October. And I love that too, because October and November, you know, there's a connection with the ancestors as well. So I really feel that coming through with this card. This kind of feels like a portal connecting to the ancestors, so that feels really nice too. The gold energy on this card is really standing out to me. There's like strengthening here within the family. Everything that you've been through has brought you closer together. It's given you a deeper appreciation for family, for tradition, and for ancestors. Really pretty. November, we've got the Eight of Wands. I love this purple energy that's coming through here. This violet color transmutes, it can be used to transmute negativity, low frequency. There's an energy here of clearing out. probably it's a carrying through of this energy, but there's an energy of closure here as well. Eight of Wands is fast moving energy. This can be fast moving communication, connecting. It can be connected to the internet as well. So it could be connecting with family through the internet. But it's fast moving energy. It can feel a little chaotic at times. So use that violet ray to soften the energy, to transmute harsh energy. Use that violet color for that. I do feel this card tied into the Tower. So going back to July, there could be, it feels like there's a connection. I believe that was July. Whatever month had the Tower card, this month feels connected to that month. So it could be a closing out of that energy, or it could be the energy amping up from that month. So whatever was happening in July, it could be coming back up again in November. December, I do love the colors. The message isn't necessarily great on this card, but I love the colors here. And maybe a timeout is needed in December. I didn't mean for each of these cards to represent a month, but it very well could represent each month. But maybe December, a timeout is needed. Maybe you are needing a break from family. The Two of Swords, it's making a choice. It's deciding where you want to invest your thoughts, your time, your energy. So maybe you just need a break from it all in December, and that's totally okay. I mean, look at this mermaid on this card. She seems totally fine to be isolated. She doesn't look, she looks quite happy. In fact, she looks relieved to be leaving whatever situation, you know, she's moving out of. Just looking at her eyes, you know, it's like, so there's the guy that drowned here. Here's the dead guy, but she's ready to move on. You know, I like the energy of this card. I mean, you know, just don't look at the dead guy there. But that's what I'm feeling here. So, you know, it's making a choice. How do you want to focus your energy? How do you want to spend your energy? It's that type of it's that type of energy here. But she seems totally fine to be by herself. I love the gold. I love the red. Again, tapping into, going back to those bloodlines. I'm feeling that. Lots going on this whole year with family and connection, bloodlines, health, you know, your life force, the life force of your family. There's a lot here with all of that. Lots of really deep messages here for water signs. Jeez. Okay. I kind of want to go in deeper into each of these, but I feel like we'd be here forever. October, we have, I love the green and the gold. November, violet. December, tapping into that gold and red energy. Interesting. Okay, so water signs. I want to pull a card looking at the archetypes the archetypes working through you this year. I'm not saying that you are these archetypes. I'm just saying these are energies working through you. These are, you know, lessons that you could be learning. It could be healing. These could be archetypes that you are healing around. But I wanted to pull one for Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio and just see what comes up. Because I think it'll give you more clues as to the work you'll be doing this year. So the archetype working through Pisces. Let's start with Pisces. The archetype working through Pisces this year. What do we have? The archetypes working through Pisces. We have the Martyr. I'm going to just go ahead and pull for each one. Cancer, the archetype working through Cancer this year. The archetype for Cancer. The archetype working through Scorpio. What archetype is working through Scorpio? Okay. And all energy has a light and a shadow. You know, every tarot card has a light and a shadow. So the martyr energy. So Pisces, this is the archetype working through you. You could also look at it as, you know, the ally that's helping you heal. There's all sorts of things that these archetypes could be teaching you. So Pisces, you have the martyr. The light attribute is learning the transcendent nature of service to oneself or a cause. Learning the transcendent nature of service to oneself or a cause. This is a great card for Pisces. The shadow attribute, addiction to self-pity. So how can you stand in your light, Pisces, this year? What helps you stand in your light? How can you be of service to not only yourself, but to others, in service to others and in service to yourself? And I feel like when this gets out of whack, that's when you are fall into that self-pity type of an energy here. So pay attention to this. Pay attention to when you're noticing this. Interesting. Addiction to self-pity. That's the shadow. Cancer, you got 2. How funny. Exorcist. I find that funny. I feel like if you are an energy worker, you are an exorcist. Okay. I just find that interesting. So we have the archetype of the student coming through. So the light attributes are humility and devotion to knowledge, openness to lifelong learning. The shadow attributes is arrogance in the pursuit of destructive knowledge, unwillingness to translate knowledge into action. That's interesting. The other thing that I find interesting is we have a tree here, and we talk so much about tradition, family, connection, bloodlines. So there could be something here tied to learning about your lineage, ancestry, that type of thing. But being open to learning something new, being open to receiving new information. We also talked about wisdom coming through this last quarter. So Cancer, be open to the wisdom that this year is showing you about you. Interesting. The other card that we got here was the Exorcist. The light attribute is freeing yourself and others of destructive impulses. So, you know, you could be working as a guide, an energy worker, that sort of thing. That's kind of what this card reminds me of. Shadow attribute, fear of facing your own demons. So maybe you're really great at helping others work through their destructive energies, but yeah, you're afraid to look at your own. So pay attention to that this year. Cancer, student, and exorcist. Interesting archetypes. These are fun. I think these are fun. Scorpio. Alchemist. Oh, I love this. So we have the magician energy. So Scorpio, the archetype working through you is the alchemist. Man, and that's really going to be needed this year. So the light attributes is transformation of base motives and goals into golden wisdom. Talking about the golden energy, this year is the year of yellow and gold energy. So yeah, how do you take, and when we're talking about base motives, we're talking about the lower frequencies. How can you alchemize that into useful, helpful energy, into golden wisdom, you know? it's not always an easy thing to do. The shadow attribute is misuse of the power and knowledge that came through spiritual practice. I also feel like there's just a collective note here. I feel like we're going to see a lot of gurus fall this year. Gurus that misuse their power, misuse their spiritual gifts. This card just reminded me of that. Anyway, Scorpio, so yeah, using your light for good, transforming base motives and goals into golden wisdom, into something useful. Interesting. So pay attention to that. Huh, those are fun. I really like those archetypes. Those are all really fun. All right, water signs, that is a brief overview of 2026 for you guys. I'm sending you a lot of love, blessings on this year ahead. And if you'd like to book a one-on-one and have a personalized look at your year ahead, book the 60-minute reading. They are 30% off until the end of this month. All right, take great care of yourself.